Okay, happy Sunday. Okay, so I'm really excited about this one because I know that with Zoom, sometimes if you hear the same person over and over and over again, it can get like repetitive or maybe it just doesn't stick as much. And even though I love to talk and I love to talk to you guys, we have some people on here that are going to be sharing some insights and some tips and some things that we're learning together. And so, us leaders, we have some leaders on this team, and we just kind of like been talking. We have a leaders chat, and anybody on here is available to be able to earn your spot into that. All of us are rising leaders. I look at all of us like that, but we have a leaders chat, and so we've been conversating back and forth, and we've been so freaking excited. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I love the summer. Like, I love the summer because the summer is, number one, everybody has like more of an open schedule, I feel like, and everybody's going places, everybody's busy, everybody's visiting people. I've been busier. I've been hanging out with like family and friends, and people keep coming into town. So I just want y'all to soak up every ounce of tip, every ounce of energy that you get from this Zoom, because we all know that like our energy, the leaders' energy, is what extends into our team. And so our team feels what we feel. And I know I've talked to Amber, I've talked to Rachel, I've talked to Sarah, I've talked to Becca, Carrie, Nadia, literally all the leaders on here. And we're just like, we're so freaking excited. Like, that's all I can say. And so I'm just going to give you like a brief couple of tips that I have, or just really insight to show y'all the growth that can happen. So some of you guys have had conversations with a lot of you, and I try to connect with each and every one of y'all. If I haven't yet, then I will. But some things I've heard over and over again is, oh, I'll wait till next week until things calm down until I do this, or I'll wait until next month when my family's not being so crazy, or I'll wait until then. And I just want to advise you to have this perspective of, why wait if you could start today? And I know that so many people are like, but life happens. I get that. I respect it. I do. But I'm telling you now, the energy that you have is going to carry over into next month, and it's going to carry over into the fall. And we all talk about this. And I'm telling you guys over and over again. So I'll tell you again, you get paid for your efforts that you're doing now in a couple of months. So you're about 3 months behind of pay. So you're getting paid now from what you did 3 months ago. And some of you are like, that's amazing. And then some of you are like, oh, I kind of need some work. Okay, that's totally fine. That's why we're here to help you. I've had an amazing month with enrollments and with just people on my team, and I know the leaders on here have. And so we're just excited. That's literally all I can say over and over and over again. But anyway, so ask yourself, why wait? Like, why sit here and wait any longer? Because you have to carry this momentum. Like, I really want to know who is freaking excited about the cold brew. When I heard that being announced, I know that Amber and Morgan had some insights on that. I did not know that. Okay, I did not know that that was coming. And when I saw that be announced, I was like, this is about to be a game changer, you guys. When keto coffee came out, I think it was 3 years ago now. It might be 3 years. When keto coffee came out, that is what completely changed my business. Like, I was already doing good in the business, but like, that was the number one game changer where my business went from like 0 to 100 really quickly. And I know this cold brew is going to do the same. Like, our volume jumped like crazy amounts this month. So just be excited about the cold brew. And just know that like what is yet to come is just so many more things. And so I want to know who is claiming not the I keep saying the ranch, but the retreat for Morgan. If you're sitting here counting yourself out, you can be a coach's pick. If you're a distributor and you're like, I haven't promoted to diamond, you can be a coach's pick. You just have to be loud about it. Okay. And I don't want anybody on here to count themselves out. I've been manifesting, I've been praying, I've been just so excited to see who on this team is earning it. I know I'm already earning it. Like, there's literally no doubt in my mind I'm earning it, because I complete my steps every single month. I complete them like 10 times, or at least try to. Okay, I don't do it 10 times, but I at least try to. And so I want people along there side by side with me. So I'm really excited. So one tip that I really heard, and then I'll switch it over to the next leader that's going to talk on here. But one tip that I heard from a book that I was listening to, if y'all have not been pumping yourselves up with personal development every day, I think that's how I remain excited every day, because I don't wake up excited every day wanting to check my phone and wanting to sit here and listen to, all the other people who have questions. I don't want to do that every single day. But when I feed myself positive energy when I wake up, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm ready to freaking go. And so I am learning constantly with personal development. And something I learned this past week, and when you've heard it probably before, but like, it really soaked in with me this week, because I heard it from different resources. And it was saying, like, when you want to go do something, when you're doing something in life, ask yourself, why? And then when you have the answer to that why, then ask yourself that again. So for instance, if you have like a goal in mind and you're like, hey, I want to pay off debt. Okay. Ask yourself why you want to pay off that debt. And then you're like, well, I want to pay off debt because that will relinquish some stress off of me. Okay, but why? Why would that relinquish stress off of you? And then just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into that why. And I'm going to read y'all something really quickly because I think a lot of us, sometimes we do lose a little bit of our excitement. Maybe if you reached a goal that you never thought you would be able to reach, and then you reach it and you're like, now what? You know, I'm a triple diamond in this business. I've been a triple diamond for a year now, or a little bit over a year now. Okay. And every single milestone that I have hit in this business, I've marked things off of my dream board. And so I had to keep dreaming. And it didn't have to be like these big, absurd goals. Okay. You guys, I started with wanting just to pay off gas money. And last year was the first time that I'd ever paid off that much amount of things and that amount of money in once. Okay. I paid off all of my debt, all my student debt, and I was only 8 months in graduated college. So like that was pretty incredible for me to be able to do that. So every single milestone that I hit, I dream bigger. I dream bigger and I dream bigger because it keeps me going. Because if I were just like, oh, I just want to make this amount of money and then I make it, where's my excitement now? And some of you are like, yeah, that kind of makes sense because I already hit the goals that I wanted. I already paid off this debt, or I already hit this rank. What next? And so I want y'all to carry that excitement. And I know that like with me personally, I'm claiming presidential. I'm claiming you guys going diamond, ruby, emerald. Like I'm just so excited. So this one talks about goals, and it says goals gives you the go. And it says, millionaire industrialist Andrew Carnegie said, you cannot push anyone up the ladder unless he is willing to climb himself. What you know by this experience in this business is we can give you all the tools in this business, but we cannot push you forward, and we can't sit here and drag you along. You have to want it for yourself. And us leaders on here right now that are going to talk tonight, and some people who aren't able to talk tonight but are still on here, we are so excited because we're constantly thinking, okay, what next? Okay, who can we empower next? Who can we encourage next? New blood. Bringing in new blood brings in that excitement. And that's why you're always going to see us hyped in the chats, because we don't lose that fire. We always are excited and we're like, let's freaking go. I'm pumped up for the next season. And so it says, the same is true for a person on the success journey. She won't go forward unless she is motivated to do so. Goals can help provide that motivation. Paul Meyer commented, no one ever accomplishes anything of consequence without a goal. Goal setting is the strongest human force for self-motivation. So how many of you guys have actually set up goals for this month? And not even just this month, but this week. How many of y'all have claimed, I'm going to get $100 this week? That's exciting, you guys. I don't know about y'all, but $100 is still a lot to me, okay? Because $100 can go very, very quickly, but $100 excites me. If you're like, oh, go make $20,000 this month, that excites me, but it kind of scares me because I'm like, I can't do that this month. But if you're like, go earn $100 this week, I'm like, okay, bet, say no more. You know, that's going to go towards my lashes, or that's going to go towards something. And so that is what excites me. So have you set goals for yourself? And then it says, think about it. What is one of the greatest motivators in the world? Success. When you take a large activity such as your dream and break it down into smaller ones, which is what I was talking about, more manageable parts and goals, you set yourself up for success because you make what you want to accomplish attainable. Some of you guys have given up on yourself, and I'm like, no, you do not have to burn that fire out. You can sit here and make smaller goals. Say you're going to sign 5 customers this week. And then once you do that, prove to yourself you can do more. Okay. Don't sit here and claim that you're going to claim like 50 to 60 customers if you've only ever signed 6 in your life. Okay. So just start small, and that's where the excitement comes from. I'm constantly setting new goals. Every single day when I wake up, I write down the things that I want to accomplish. And that's something that a billionaire wrote in this book. And I don't remember the book of what it's called. He said the only difference that he did every single day to make himself successful, and he still has his success, is he writes down 3 things that he wants to accomplish that day. Okay. And I do that, and I accomplish those things on my list because I'm like, these are doable, obtainable goals, and it makes me excited. And so it says, accomplish enough of the small goals and you'll be taking a major step toward achieving your purpose and developing your potential. Goals not only help you develop initial motivation by making your dreams obtainable, but they also help you continue to be motivated, and that creates momentum. Once you get going on the success journey, it will be very hard to stop you. And I can say that by experience. Now that I've seen and felt and everything in the success world, it's hard to not want it. Okay. It's hard to be like, I don't feel like working today. I'm good. I don't want to talk to anybody. No, you wake up and you're excited. You're enthusiastic for what you have in store for that day. And I want you guys to feel that. And it says, once you get going on a success journey, it'll be hard to stop you. The process is similar to what happens with the train. Getting it started is the toughest part of the trip. While standing still, a train can be prevented from moving forward by 1-inch blocks of wood under each of the locomotive's drive wheels. However, once a train gets up to speed, not even a steel reinforced concrete wall 5 feet thick can stop that. So I want y'all to ask yourselves, are you that concrete wall that is going to sit here and get, or no, are you the train that's going to keep going and going and going to where nothing can stop you? Because some of y'all are like, you stop and then you go and you stop and then you go and you stop and you go and you wonder where your excitement is, where you see us leaders constantly showing up in the chats. And it's not even just in the chats, but we show up for ourselves every day. And that's where you see enrollments here, enrollments here. Oh, I helped this person over here. I woke up excited today, or whatever it might be. It's just, it's a constant flow to you once you start getting going. Some of y'all are like, I feel like I'm so far behind. I don't even know where to start again. I haven't worked my business in a full month. You always have somewhere to start. Just start, but make those small goals. And I promise you, it is going to be so freaking exciting for you guys, because I have people who have been texting me and blowing my phone up, even on my Sabbath. And they're like, oh my gosh, you'll never believe what just happened. I just had this person text me this. I just signed up this customer. I just did this. And Alex on, I don't know if she's on here or not. I know that she was working, but Alex is my newest distributor, and she claimed this week, she was like, I was like, what goals do you want to set for yourself? I don't mean these big goals. I mean, what small goals do you want? She's like, I want 2 customers by the end of this day. And I said, bet, go get it. She got 2 customers by the end of the day. She actually, I think, got 3. And so like, it's crazy to see those exciting things happen. You don't have to be new. You don't have to be old in this business. It does not matter. You can create the excitement for yourself. And so that's what I hope that you get from this tonight, because I just love this business so much. And when you feel the energy of just loving this business and the community around it, and you're like, oh my gosh, if they can do it, if these people are doing it, I can do it. And that's what I want you to feel tonight, you guys, because we're not ending this month weak. We're not starting next month week. We're ending the month strong, and we're starting next month strong. And I want y'all to go into that momentum of, I'm going to earn this retreat. I'm going to earn coach's pick. I'm going to earn diamond. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm excited. And then I just want you to wake up and carry that momentum with you, and then carry it throughout other people, because people are going to feed off of your energy. Okay. And so the next person, I think, was it Becca that was supposed to go? I'm sorry, I didn't really look at it is. Okay. Becca, if you want to go ahead and share your tips, you are someone who is literally always freaking excited. No matter how many times I talk to you, you're like, oh, my kids are acting crazy, but I got this done and I'm getting this done, and you're so freaking consistent. And so I'm really excited to hear your tips and what you have to share with them, because your excitement just, I love it. So go ahead and take it away.
I am so excited. Okay, so before I get started, I literally had finished taking my notes for this and opened up Instagram, and it was a picture that Cami posted, and this was her quote, and I absolutely loved it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So she said, instead of beating yourself up because you're not where you want to be, celebrate the fact that you aren't where you used to be. If you're making progress, you're winning. And I absolutely loved that, and it just really stuck out to me, so I wanted to share that with you, and I thought it would be good to open up with. So first of all, today is the 25th, and it's literally my favorite day of the month, because all of the orders in eSuite have all processed now. So there's no need to like go and check to see what your projected volume is going to be at or anything. Like, everything has run. So if you are somebody that you're like, my volume's not where it should have been, go and check your card declines. And if you don't know how to do that, you just log into your eSuite and go to reports. And then you click the tab that says downline orders. And then your first box will say order status. The second box will say equals. And the third box you can do, there's 2 different ones. There's ACH decline and CC, which is credit card decline. Thank you, Macy, for putting that in the chat. So that's something, if you haven't done yet today, that's something that you should make sure that you get that done, because that's volume that you want to make sure you're not losing. Right now I have like 2.5 pages full of card declines. So I need to make sure that I check in with all of those customers. They might have gotten a new card or something like that. Or they might have just forgot their order was going to go through and they got to put cash on their card. money on their card. That happens to me so many times. It's ridiculous. So make sure that that gets done, because that's a lot of volume that might, you know, bring you closer to your promotion for the month. We still have time this month to hit our promotion. So like Macy said, never count yourself out. So something that you should be thinking about is, what are you not willing to do? Not what are you willing to do for your promotion, but what are you not willing to do? So is it going live on your Facebook? Is it doing TikToks and Reels? Is it talking on your story? Is it like cold messaging people? Like, what are you really not willing to do? And that hit me the beginning of this month, but not because I was like, oh yeah, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. But then it was like, I haven't been consistent with TikToks and Reels. And to be honest, to this day, I still haven't been. And I'm trying to get better. It has been a crazy month. I'm not trying to make excuses, but I just haven't been as consistent. So that's something, especially for next month, where we have to, you know, complete our steps this month and next month for to earn retreat. So that's something I'm going to make sure I'm consistent with next month. So we don't get to the 25th and I'm like, I still haven't completed my steps. Like, I still have stuff I need to do. It's because I didn't I didn't do everything that I could this month. And I recognize that now, and I'm kicking myself in the butt for it, but it's fine because I'm still confident that I'll do it. So a couple tips that I had wanted to share with you guys. One of them was for lives, because going live, you guys, was something I've been in this business. The 31st of this month will be a year that I've been in this business. And I've never gone live for this business. I was in direct sales before, and it was for a makeup company. And I went live all the time doing my makeup, and it was fine. I was comfortable with that. But for some reason with this business, I was like super insecure to go live, which is crazy. So I decided to do it anyways. And I've been going live, and it's helped a ton. I've gotten so many potentials. I've sold samples from going live. Like, it has been so beneficial for me. So one thing that I wanted to point out, that was something I've known for a few years actually, for going live, is one, you only have like a few seconds, like 15 tops, to grab people's attention. So if you're going live, don't like set it up and not say anything and just leave it, because people are going to jump on and be like, she's not doing anything. Like, I'm just going to get off of this. This is boring. And I know that some of you guys want to wait for people to hop on, but just talk about different random things. Keep people's attention for those first couple minutes, but also in the beginning, be like, hey, if you're watching this now, you're watching the replay, go ahead and jump ahead to 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, however long you want to wait for people to jump on. Jump ahead to that far, because that's when I'm really going to start talking about what I want to share with you guys today. And I usually, if I ever do that, if I want to wait for people to jump on, I only do 1 or 2 minutes, because I don't want to be just wasting time. But I'll talk about what I've been doing that day, or something that's not related to what I actually want to talk about. So if I went to go live and wanted to talk about the cold brew, I might wait a couple minutes for people to jump on, but I'll just talk about other random stuff. So let me check my notes real quick. Sophie walked in and got me distracted. Okay, I think that was pretty much all I had for lives. Can you take this? Amanda tried calling. Thank you. So what makes me excited? Literally, enrollments make me excited. I'm pretty sure every single person on this team, enrollments make you excited, because I literally get so pumped. Even if it's my third or fourth customer of the day, I'm still like, yes, I got one, do my little happy dance. Like, it makes me so excited. So what brings me those enrollments? Well, for me personally, it's host to post, but also just doing all the things. And pretty much, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the show Manifest, but in the show Manifest, they're always saying like everything is connected. And in this business, everything is connected. So doing your 6 list is crucial. Like, you can't just message, you can't just be adding friends and posting. Like, you have to do all the things. So for me, my 6 list is posting, messaging, interacting, adding, follow up, and then fill up, which is my self-development. And I make sure I do all those things every single day. Well, 6 days of the week. And I have been consistently taking a Sabbath, which, side note, if you guys aren't taking a Sabbath, you should be, because I am a person that for basically a year was stubborn and like, I'm not going to take a day off because it's going to mess up my algorithm and blah, blah, blah. But it seriously helped me stay excited all month long. And my enrollments have been pretty good. What's up, Macy?
I was gonna ask you, actually, this is more of like a conversation too, because I'm gonna ask y'all questions if I think of them. So you talk about the six list all the time, and it's such an important topic. Can I ask you, for the people who are like super blue, I'm super blue, and so I find things to do while I'm doing tasks, but how do you stay excited doing the tasks? Because some people are like, I literally hate interacting. I literally hate this. And with every job, there is going to be some type of like thing where you just don't love to do that as much, but like the good obviously always outweighs the bad. And I feel like for you, I've heard you talk about how much you didn't like interacting before and how much you kind of flipped the switch on that. So can you just talk about that for like a little second, just talking about how you keep that excitement? Because you're all, like I said, you're always freaking excited when I talk to you, and you're like a mass recruiter and mass enroller, like you're a boss on this team. And so I would just love to hear that, because I personally want to know too.
Yeah, definitely. So with my six list, like Macy said, I always hated interacting. I was like, this isn't doing anything for my business. Like, it's not getting me enrollments. I'm not adding to my network. I'm not messaging for, customers. Just things like that didn't excite me. So the first tip that I have for that is, when you like do your six list, do your least favorite thing first. Like, get it out of the way. If that's interacting, or like you guys said, follow-ups, do that first so that it's done. Yes, like Macy said, eat the frog. Just get it done. Just do it. Things you can do to keep you excited. You can listen to music that you like. You can, if sitting down is just going to bore you, stand up, move around, put music on, different things like that. And another thing you can do, and this may seem crazy to some of you, but reward yourself. After you do something you don't like, reward yourself. If that's watching 15 minutes of a show or a little show or something, do that. If it's taking a break to go outside, literally whatever makes you happy. Some crazy people like me like to clean, and I'll go and clean something and take a little break from, doing this work that I didn't want to do. Amber, I will come clean your house, girl. So those are little things that I do, to keep it exciting. I take breaks in between. Some people literally sit down and do their six list like in a couple hour time slot. That's not me. I have to break it up throughout the day. One, because I'm a mom of two small little humans, and two, because I'll get bored. And to be honest, I get distracted extremely easily, and I am not proud of it, and I am working on it. But if I get bored of working, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to like scroll on Instagram, or I'm going to go check and see what Shay's posting on her story or whoever. And like, it's bad. Like, so I do set aside times where it's okay for me to like go look at Morgan or Shay or Macy or whoever's story. But I have to make sure I'm setting aside time. So I set timers on my phone. And I set timers, not alarms, because I have kids. So if the kids need help, I can pause that timer and go help them and then come back and do the entire allotted time that I'm going to do. So that's kind of what I do. So I do have other notes. I hope that was helpful. And I know we have a time limit. So, if you haven't like physically written down goals, whether it's on paper, in your notes, I know some people like make dream boards almost for like their backgrounds of their phone. If you haven't done something like that yet, you really should. You should really visualize your goals, big and small. I have big goals, like, I was planning to go diamond by the end of this month, but to be honest, it's looking like I'm going to just maintain emerald, and that's okay. I will go diamond next month. It will happen all in God's timing. And then by the end of the year, be double, by February, be triple. So I have these big goals, but how are we going to meet those big goals? We're going to set smaller goals. And this was something I talked to Morgan about, and it was super helpful. So for July, for me, it was earn the $100 LC bonuses every week, which I didn't do, but that's okay because I still set a goal for myself. So it was to do that and to use all 5 of my distributor codes. I still have codes left to use, and I still am shooting to get those 5 customers this week. But setting smaller goals like that are going to help me reach those bigger goals. You can even set smaller goals, like Macy was talking about, the 3 things in a day. Those are really helpful to set. Like, I do 3 business and 2 personal goals. So it's like 5 goals a day, or not goals, but like non-negotiable tasks, I guess. And it could be something as simple as taking a shower. Like, guys, let's be real. Some days doing like, you got to make sure you're taking care of yourself. It could be do the dishes, get the laundry done. Like, just make sure you're setting goals for yourself, personally and in business. And that helps me so much. So another thing, when you're setting your goals, be thinking about your why behind it. So are you working for the 5 customers this week to get that $100? That's awesome. What's that $100 going to look like? What's it going to do for you next Friday? That's how I look at it as. Like, are you going to be able to, is your rent coming up and that $100 is going to help for rent? Or is, you want to go out on a date next weekend with your spouse or whatever it is. Like, set a goal to do something. Yeah, like Macy said, how will it make you feel? What is it going to do for you? And that will make you push for it that much more. And something Morgan also said this past Wednesday to some of us leaders on our coffee chat was, if you're not somebody who typically signs 5 customers a week, if it's more like 5 customers a month, it's okay to set smaller goals for yourself, like 1 customer a week, so that when you get that 1 customer a week, you're excited and it keeps that excitement up. That's what helps me, is I set realistic goals for myself and I don't try to push myself further than I know what I'm willing to do, because like Macy and Morgan sign way more people a month than I do, but that's okay, because that's the level that they're at. They've been in the business way longer than I have, and it's okay. So just set goals that are realistic for you, so that you can reach them, and not when you don't get 5 customers every week, you're discouraged, because we want to keep that excitement and not be discouraged about not reaching something. You can still get $20 for getting 3 customers a week. So that's awesome. So I don't know about you guys. I know Macy talked about retreat some, but I'm really pushing for that retreat. I only need 2 DTs left. So do not count yourself out. Figure out what you need. Work for it. You will get it. I believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself, I will believe in you. So you can message me anytime and I will believe in you. And I know Macy and Amber and Kelsey and all these people on here, they will believe in you. So there are videos and posts on the Dare to Be Diamond page about like why conference is important. And it's just as important to be at retreat, because being around the energy is going to hype you up. And real quick before I let the next person go, because we're running out of time, when I went to conference back in January, I had been stuck at executive for 6 months. And I had been pushing so hard to go Ruby. February came and I went Ruby on like the 26th or something like that. And then there was 29 days in February this past year. So 4 days later, on the last, don't hit the cap, on the last day of the month, I went Emerald and I earned the $5,000 bonus. Like, that is the power of getting to things like this. Like, it hypes you up. And literally they announced at conference saying that they were extending the bonuses. They added the diamond and the double bonus. And they were like, you can stack these bonuses, you can earn them. And I'll never forget, Jordan Rhodes looked at me and she goes, girl, that's you. You're going to earn that emerald bonus. Then you're going to earn that diamond bonus. And I was like, I can do this. Like, if I had been watching conference by myself, probably wouldn't have believed in myself. But because I was around people and somebody was right here saying, girl, you're going to do that, I was like, you're dang right, Jordan. I am going to do that. And I did it. And I didn't earn the diamond bonus, but that's okay. I still earned that emerald bonus, and it's helped my family so much. So that's, I mean, push for this retreat, you guys. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't push yourself. So plan to get there, stay consistent in your follow-ups, even if you don't like doing them, it's super important. And also be checking in with your current LCs, because that's going to keep your volume longer. So even if people's 3rd month was up this month, make sure you're messaging them. I know Macy has an incredible gratitude message. There's all kinds of different things you can use. I know on our Connect app, there's messages that you can send out to them. Yeah, literally, if you haven't messaged them about the cold brew yet, get on that. And I can put in the chat a message too that you can send to all your current LCs if you haven't yet. I know Macy sent it in the chat a couple of times. I got 3 customers to order it. So that's super important to, you know, stay in touch with your current customers, because that's volume that you want. You don't want to lose it for your promotions, especially if you're going to be pushing for Diamond next month to earn retreat. And the last thing I want to say to you guys is don't burn yourself out. I understand it's the end of the month and we're all going to be pushing hard, but please do not burn yourself out, because end of February, it did pay off for me. I did promote, but in March, I was so burnt out that it wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for my team. I was just so exhausted. So find your 78 miles an hour and stick to it. Do your 6 list every day. If you want to complete it twice, go ahead, do it. But don't do that all the time. Don't do it every single day. Just find a speed that works for you and run with it.
Love everything that you said. Yeah, so I know we're on a time limit, so I'll let anybody, it's either Kelsey or Amber. Again, didn't really go in order when I said we would, but it's totally fine. So I don't remember the order. Whichever one of y'all want to unmute yourselves.
It's me. I just like order. I'm not even green, but I just like having some kind of order. But okay, so I just wanted to talk to you guys. I'm gonna like literally like shift completely from what Becca just said, because Becca was talking a lot about the business stuff, but I'm gonna kind of shift to like mindset stuff. So I like was in the car. So if you guys don't know, I'm a wedding planner as well. So like I do this business, wedding planning, and I work full time. So like a lot of stuff, but I was in the car for 5 hours total. Everyone was like, whoa. I know there's like so many kids too. But I was in the car for 5 hours today, you guys, and I had to be for wedding planning. So I was like, what else am I going to do except for listen, personal development? So also, if you guys don't know, listening to personal development, like find an audiobook. There's so many free things on like YouTube, so many good books. I paid for like some courses over the like last like year-ish, and I listen to them. If you want to go look her up, her name's Marissa Lace. She has an Instagram. She's literally phenomenal. She's like, she talks a lot about like self-love and like self-love, manifesting, like all the things that we're like really talking about in the business right now. So it's been really amazing to like listen to her, and I listened to her for 4 hours today, guys. So like she's really good, and I bought her course last month, and they're really affordable. So I mean, they're like, she runs deals on them, and like I'll type in the chat. Name's Marissa Lace, but she always runs deals on her courses, so you can get like 10 of them. It's like 12 hours of stuff, but she's just so good. Okay, basically she's just like really phenomenal, and you guys should go listen to her, and she's just great. And it's a tax write-off, so like if you buy her courses, it's a tax write-off for you guys, because self-development is such a big part of our business and what we do, and we're not successful if we don't have that. And let me tell you, like, you will not be successful if you do not do personal development. So it really is such a big deal. But she was talking a lot about like, she talks a lot about like you and like who you are, and like showing up for yourself and manifesting and just doing everything for you to better yourself and the people around you. So like some of the stuff she was talking about, I have like so many notes. I could have probably taken so many more, but she was talking about celebrating your wins, show up for you this week, and just fully show up. And that's something that we talk about in this business all the time, is to just fully show up. Even if you show up, like, so today maybe you showed up and you were like going at 80 miles per hour, and tomorrow you show up and you can only go 50 miles per hour, that's okay, because you're showing up the best that you can. So show up for yourself no matter what. And like, even if you're just doing the bare minimum, it doesn't matter if it's the bare minimum of your 6 list, at least you got it done, and that's what matters. And maybe tomorrow, maybe on like a normal day, you post like 3 times throughout your day, like morning, noon, and night, something like that. but like tomorrow you can only post once, but that's okay because you have to give yourself grace and you just have to realize that you're human too and just celebrate every single thing that you do. Like in this business, all we do is talk about like celebrate, like celebrate every host post, celebrate every message, celebrate every time a host post blows up. I know like there's been so many girls that are having these like giveaway host posts get like 100+ comments. Like if you guys don't know who Caitlin is, she signed 2 customers and she was getting up host post like crazy today, and she signed 2 customers, and that's just because she's staying consistent and she is doing what it takes, whatever it takes, to make this business work. And so something else that I heard today, yeah, and she has COVID, like, and yeah, so she's doing it while she has COVID, you guys, and I know it's not a joke, like, you do get sick, so, like, she's working through everything, and she's taking advantage that she gets to stay home right now, and she doesn't have to go see anyone, so she's taking advantage of working her business to the fullest right now. So something else that she said was, declare what you want and own it. The minute you show up for it and fully believe it, is the boom comes. And we talk about this too, time and time again. So right now, so say you're a distributor and you really want to go Ruby in August. I know I have a couple of like my new girls on here, and and I know like Brittany and Sarah, they really want to go Ruby in August. And you guys, doesn't matter who you are, like if you do not show up and you do not fully believe that you are going to go Ruby, and just like the retreat, if you do not fully believe that you're going to earn the retreat, if you do not fully believe that you're going to be able to complete your steps, then you won't. But the minute you fully believe and you show up as that you are that person and you already complete your steps and you're already a Ruby, when you start showing up as that person, it like the rest will come. It will follow an E-Suite. Everything follows. Like, you become the person that you want to be before E-Suite shows. So like, just to like relate to the business, like I can tell you that I feel like I was a double diamond before E-Suite said I was a double diamond. And this is also gonna, you guys need to give you permission to thrive and show up for your why. So I don't know what your why is. I can tell you that when I first started, my why was to quit a terrible assistant manager job. I wanted to quit so badly. I hated that job, worked at it for 5.5 years. It's like literally just sucked. I was working 65 hours a week, working like 12, 14, sometimes 16-hour days. It was awful, you guys. And then also I was working at the daycare, so I was working 2 jobs. And so I was like overworking myself and I couldn't stand it anymore. And I pushed so hard to go diamond in 90 days because I knew my why, and there was nothing that was going to stop me from having that. And so whenever I went diamond, 4 weeks later, I put in my notice and then I quit. Like, it's so amazing, like what happens when you have a why. Obviously my why is so much different now. Like my why isn't to like quit a job that I hate anymore, but my why now is to pay off all my debt and then pay, like build a house or buy a house, like whatever happens at that point, and then pay off a wedding in cash whenever me and Cody get engaged and stuff. I want those things, and those things are driving me. And then she also says, which this was so good, so you have to think it, you have to feel it, and you have to know it before anything can come. So like, if you think about going Ruby, and then you really just sit in that moment and just feel like you're Ruby. So just sit, close your eyes, like, you don't have to do it right now, but sit and close your eyes and just be like, okay, I'm a Ruby, and just think about it. And then know that you are going to be a Ruby. It really will just all come. And then she also talks a lot about manifesting. So she talks about like what do you dream of? So like, I know I dream of like owning my own home one day. I know some of you guys might dream just for quitting a job. Some of you guys might dream for paying gas and groceries and cash, or buying a car. Like, what do you dream of and what drives you? And then something else I wrote down was turn off autopilot and get clear on what you want. So like, I know so many times we're sitting here and we're just on like this autopilot. We're like, okay, I just gotta get my task done. I just gotta get this done. I just gotta get this done. I just gotta get this done. And I'm really, really, really red. So like, hear me when I say this. Like, I could be on autopilot 24/7 if I wanted to be and like never take a break. But the minute you turn off autopilot is whenever you get clear on what you want. So the minute you turn that off and the minute you just sit within yourself and just sit there and like really just think about what you want is the minute that you'll be clear. And then be empowered in what your life looks like now. So like, I know that this is hard for some of y'all. I know that a lot of y'all have jobs that you hate. I know a lot of y'all are probably in situations that you don't want to be in, but you have to remember that this situation is going to get you to where you want to be. And you have to remember that it's all for like a bigger purpose. And it like one day you're going to sit on a Zoom and you're going to speak and be like, a year ago, I was at this job and I hated it. A year ago, I was homeless. A year ago, I was living in an apartment and it was so small, I couldn't even like fit my dog, boyfriend, cat, whatever in. And like, we had too much stuff and we couldn't even afford to go move into something bigger. Like, you're going to be able to sit there and tell your story one day. And that's why you are here right now. So you have to be empowered in what you're doing right now to get yourself through those points. And then also, like, okay, so this is like such a good like quote, and it's my last thing, and then Amber can speak, but she said it was like the best thing that I've ever heard. She said, we are the only ones creating our circumstances or repeating our patterns. It was so good. Like when she said that, I listened to it, like her say that just 10 times. I just kept rewinding it. Sometimes I talk so fast, you guys, that like I stumble across my words, but because I get so hyped. But she said, we are the only ones creating our circumstances and repeating our patterns. So like, you guys, we create, like basically with the whole manifesting thing, if you guys don't know what manifesting is, like you reach out to any one of us, like, because we have been doing it in our latest chat, talking about it a lot, but you can create your own pattern. You can create your own circumstance. You don't have to be stuck. You are not stuck. Get the word stuck out of your vocabulary because you are not stuck. No one is stuck. You can be a diamond if you want to be a diamond. You can be a ruby if you want to be a ruby. You can be emerald. You can be triple. You can be double. You can be whatever you want to be. So you're not stuck. You're never stuck. Because the minute that you say you're stuck, you just created your own circumstance. And you just created saying, so now because you say you're stuck, you are stuck. But the minute you stop saying that you're stuck, you're not stuck. And you will promote and you will move forward and your volume will go up and your team will grow. Like I can tell you half the Zoom right now is my team because my team is growing. So that's all I have.
Love it. Amber, you can go ahead and go, and Kelsey, like I'm just sitting here. I have notes that I wrote down from each of you because you just know, like you never stop learning. So I love it. I loved every single second of that. And Amber, I'm so excited to hear from you. I always love your energy too, and just your enthusiasm, and you love empowering and pouring into people. And it just, people can just like when you speak, people just soak it up. So go ahead and finish us off.
Hi guys. Okay, I'm so excited. And if you guys can turn your cameras on, like seriously, I love looking at faces, so instead of just names. So if you can turn your cameras on, please turn your cameras on. It gets me even more hype. So one thing, I wanted to talk about two things. So retreat, right? I know we're talking about it so freaking much, okay? Like it's something that we're talking about because it is so exciting. I want you guys to know that, like, do not count yourself out. And Kelsey and Becca and Macy already said all these things, so I might sound repetitive and I'm so sorry. But I want to give you a backstory of like my story of why you should not count yourself out, okay? When Winner's Circle was announced in, I don't even know when it was. The first time they announced it, I counted myself out immediately. I did not, I was doing the work, I was doing everything, my enrollments were there, but like I wasn't pushing, right? I wasn't doing like what Becca said, I wasn't willing to do some things or the things that I wasn't willing to do or whatever that she said, but I'm terrible with quotes, so sorry. So I wasn't doing those things. I wasn't excited about it because I was like, wow, this is like going to the CEO's ranch. Like, why would I go? You know what I mean? So same, like if you're a distributor or if you're a Ruby, like I do not want you to think like that, okay? Because that month I didn't go for it. The next month, over and over and over and over again, Shay and Morgan and Macy were like, don't count yourself out. And they were like they were just like going like this. Every freaking Zoom, every text message, like I'm not even kidding you. Guys, I worked my butt off that month, okay? And I want you guys to know I didn't earn it by points, okay? I didn't earn Winner Circle by getting points, but I did have a lot of points. I had a personally enrolled Emerald. I had 2 personally enrolled Rubies. It was my highest distributor month. It was not my highest loyal customer month, but it was pretty high. I didn't earn the retreat by points, you guys, but you know what? My business boomed. It was the highest paycheck that I ever had. It was, I had so many different promotions on my team. So I want you guys to know that, like, if you're not going all in for this and you don't get it, like, I want to talk to the people that are like push for it and don't get it. That's okay. Okay. Like, I want you to go all out, because what's the worst thing that's going to happen? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to look back and you're going to look at your paycheck and be like, wow, okay. I did everything that I was supposed to do. I did my sick list. I did everything. Your paycheck's going to be higher, right? You're going to have more distributors on your team. You're going to have more enrollments. You're going to be more hyped up. Like, you know what I mean? All of this stuff can happen, right? And like Kelsey said, you joined for your paycheck to go, right? So why wouldn't you try to make your paycheck grow? And in the process, get to the retreat. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want you guys to understand. And Morgan saw the efforts that I was putting in and everything, and my enrollments and all that kind of stuff. And she invited me to go to the CEO's ranch. Same with Macy. Macy went the month before I did, and neither of us earned it in terms of point value. But that doesn't matter. Okay, we still got there because Morgan, our soon-to-be ambassador, believed in us and saw us and all the things. So I want you, and like, she saw our worth of being there, and not saying that anybody else wasn't worthy, because there are a lot of people that are worthy on our team. But I just want you guys to understand that just go for it, because nothing bad can happen from it. Okay. The second thing that I was going to talk about, I forget. Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't take notes. I'm a green and I didn't take notes for this Zoom. Kelsey is not a green and she took notes. So I thought that was really funny. So okay, I'm going to make this interactive. How many of you, drop a 1 in the chat. How many of you feel like life has happened to you over the last couple of months, or like this month, or any time that you have been in the business? Okay. Seriously, everybody, like, should drop a 1 in the chat, because I want you guys to understand something. The last couple of months, life has happened to me, okay? I will be completely raw. I will be completely real. Macy knows this. Kelsey knows this. A lot of people know this. And life just happened, okay? But that's okay, because I'm in a season where I'm going to look back and I'm going to know that I have grown so much during this season. Okay, are my enrollments the best? No, they're not. Like, and that's what I want you guys to understand, that it's okay to go through life, but it's how you handle it. Okay, it's how you handle it in just life in general. It's how you handle it in your business. Like, I'm still showing up every day. I'm on this Zoom. You see me in the chats, right? Like, all of this stuff. I'm doing my 6 list. I'm doing my personal development. Guys, you want to see the books that I have next to me? Like, I'm not even kidding. And I want you guys, another thing I want you guys to understand is there's different kinds of personal development based on your life, okay? When we talk about personal development, there's so many different aspects of it. So I really want you to dig in and see where in life you kind of need the most guidance. I don't want to say help, because there's so many different things, okay? This one is just for the business, right? You can do hard things. You can go triple diamond. You can, like, if you haven't read this book, it's freaking amazing, so read this book. Spiritual development, right? If you just need to feel, I mean, this is the one that I had, so I just grabbed it, but reading the Bible, okay, like doing devotionals, all that kind of stuff, that helps me in a spiritual way. This book is not about the business at all, but it helps me. It helps me through my miscarriage. It helps me through my mom's death. It helps me through just grief, you know, and that we need that. Okay. We need to be able to get through life too, right? Like when we say personal development, yes, it is about the business, but it's about your life. Like something that like you don't want it to affect your business, right? So you need to work on whatever is, I don't want to say like killing you on the inside, but for me, it has been my mom's death, right? So like reading this book has been helping me so much to kind of get into my feelings and not work based on my feelings, but also feel what I'm feeling. That's really important. Do not work based on your feelings. If I was working based on my feelings, I wouldn't be here. Okay. And I want you guys to know that it's okay. It's okay to be going through life, but you cannot work based on your feelings. Anyway, so that's for that. Financial development. Okay. Like me and Adam are trying to pay off debt. So this is really important. And then last but not least, journaling. And that includes all of these in one. So I want you guys to understand that, yeah, it's not supposed to be this way is an incredible book just for like anybody who's going through something. But anyway, I wanted to mention that because we do talk about personal development a lot. So I did want you guys to know that there are certain like different kinds of developments, right, that you should be working on in your life. And then it all comes together to make you that person, right? Like that's, we want to change who we are for the better and we want to grow, but there's more than one way that we should be growing. So really journal about it. And if you want to grow in a financial aspect or you want to grow in a spiritual aspect, there's different ways to do that. And then the last thing that I wanted to say is what I learned at Winter Circle, and I know we talked about this before, is are you a quitter? Are you a camper? Or are you a climber? Okay, this is really important, guys. And for me, I know what all three of these feel like. Okay, when I was in the business before my mom passed away, I quit. I quit the business. I know what that feels like. In that moment, it felt good. And where am I now? Back here. Because it didn't feel good 2 years later when I didn't have this business in my life. Okay, I know what it's like to camp. Okay, I know what it's like to just become complacent. A couple months after I went diamond, I will be honest, I became complacent. A lot of people become complacent in this business because they're not taking those little steps, and like Macy and Kelsey and Becca said, and just making those tiny goals to get to the bigger goal. I stopped dreaming. I stopped making goals because I just became complacent in the financial aspect. I became complacent in the community that I had. In general, I became complacent in life because I was comfortable. Okay, but you don't grow unless you step out of your comfort zone. So that's what you have to keep doing, is stepping out of your comfort zone. And that's when you start climbing. And I'm sure a lot of you know what climbing feels like, right? It is exhausting, right? But when you get to that top, when you reach that peak, when you reach that, like wherever you're going, it feels amazing. And it's okay to stand there for a second and look around and take it all in, but then you got to keep moving, right? What do the people do in Everest? Like if they just stopped, they would die. Like really, like if these people would stop there at a peak, there's so many peaks on Everest, they would die. They're constantly moving. They're constantly moving. And then they reach the top and they hit this massive goal. So that's really all I have. But I want you guys to understand that you got to keep climbing. Okay. It can be like like Kelsey said, in these very small steps. That's okay. Don't burn yourself out by just sprinting up the mountain. It's okay to walk and then run and then walk and then run. It's okay, but as long as you're moving upward and just keep doing the things.
I loved every single second of that, and we will definitely end on time. But something I wanted to leave y'all like a little gold nugget with is, how are you going to respond to life this week, and how are you going to respond with this being the last week of the month? And some of you guys can sit here and be like, you know what? I don't know. You don't know. And so that's when you start have to kind of dive deep and be like, okay, where's my focus at? What do I want to do? Where's this thought that I want to go? Where is this feeling that I want to, what is this feeling that I want to have by the end of this week instead of the feeling that I'm in now? Some of y'all are not in a good headspace. Some of y'all are. Doesn't matter. But I want you guys to be so freaking excited. I understand I can't make people excited. Amber can't make people excited. Kelsey can't. Like, we can't make you excited, but we can help you create that vision. We can help you keep that vision within yourself to see there's so much goodness to be happening and there's so many good things around you. Sometimes it's just clouded by the negative things or the negative thoughts that fill your mind like, oh, could I do this? Or can I do this? Oh, I didn't sign a customer this week. This must mean it's not for me. Oh my gosh, I haven't completed my 6 list in 10 years, but yeah, this business might not be for me. No, just do a little reality check, do a little self check and say, okay, what can I work on this week? And have that excitement and have that momentum. And I promise you, when you set those little goals and then you actually hit those little goals, when you say, I'm going to sign a customer this week, and then you sign that customer, you're so freaking excited that it's like a whole new high. It's like an adrenaline rush. So I want you guys to feel that. I want you guys to blow up the chats when you can. I want you to blow up your enroller's phone, or if your enroller left or you don't have an enroller, blow up my phone or Kelsey or whoever, because I want to know that you're here and you're excited and that you're feeling the excitement, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm not stopping. Neither are these ladies, And so we want you to feel the excitement that we have. Claim the goals that you have this week. And just know that it's literally just going to be amazing. Like, that's all I can say. I know that I'm literally about to sign a customer right now. She's calling me. As soon as I get off of this phone, I have a distributor signing up. Like, I'm not stopping, and I don't want y'all to stop either. And so I'm ready to run this race, and I want you guys to run it. I want you guys to shout out your goals. I want y'all to just win every single day, because I just love seeing people win. But the family call is happening right after this. It's on Mark Pentecost's page. He's our CEO. So go on that page. We'll share it in the chats as well. He always has something exciting announcing. And if not, it's still allows you to connect and just have that like feel of the phone of the people on the call and just connect with them. And so it's just really fun, and it's great. So I need to stop this recording.